1 prop, 2 prop, 3 prop, 4. Which one of them will plop more? I should add songwriting to my CV now. Today we're making 4 whopper plopper lures. Actually we're gonna make 3 since I have already made one of them. And I printed the parts needed for the rest. We just need to assemble them and test them. I'm interested in finding out what effect does adding more blades to the tail of a whopper plopper does to its action. Will it spin more? Will it make more noise? I don't know, I guess we'll figure that out.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
All 4 lures are now ready for testing, but before we do that, let me show you some interesting things that I have found. If we check the one-bladed lure, no matter how we spin it, the blade will always face down, and that is because the center of gravity for this back part here is gonna be where the blade is, basically, because it's adding weight to the body. So if we move it up and let it go, it's gonna go back down, and this is gonna help the blade find the water, basically. So if you cast it and the blade is up and it hits the water, it should fall down, and when you start retrieving, it should start rotating. Now the other ones, whether it's the 2 or 3 or 4 bladed one, they're all the same. If you look here, it's actually symmetric, so the center of gravity is always going to be in the middle, so no matter how you rotate it, it's going to stay in that position. So let's say it landed like this in the water, it's going to remain like this. Now how well will this catch water and start spinning? I don't know, I guess we'll figure that out. Now for the lure with 3 blades or 4 blades, I don't think that's gonna be a problem, because no matter how the blades are placed, there's always a blade touching the water, so it should be fine. Another thing that I noticed is that the 4-bladed and the 3-bladed lures will spin a lot more freely. So if I take, let's say, the 4-bladed lure and blow some air on it, it's gonna spin way more freely than, let's say, the 2-bladed lure. It does spin, but you can like hear it vibrating, and it stops way faster. Now the 1-bladed lure is gonna need a lot more air to spin, and it immediately stops once you stop blowing. Now how all of this will affect the action in the water, I don't know, I guess we'll figure that out in a bit. Starting with the 1-bladed lure, for some reason it didn't want to spin when retrieved slowly or with a medium speed. But once I increased the speed, it started spinning a bit. But if you look at the slow motion footage, you can see that the blade will not start spinning immediately. It requires some time before it engages and starts spinning. The 2-bladed lure had no issues spinning on a slow retrieve. It's a lot better than the 1-bladed lure. It was a bit louder also and displaced more water. And if you look at the slow motion footage, you can see that the lure has a swimming action, a slight swimming action, but I was a bit surprised when I saw the footage. The 3-bladed lure is the best one so far. It immediately engages with the water and starts spinning. It's also louder than both the 1-bladed and the 2-bladed lures. Here you can see the slight swimming action. And look at the amount of water this lure displaces. 4th lure performed exactly the same as the 3rd one. I didn't notice any difference in the voice or the amount of water displaced. However, I did notice that this lure was diving a bit. Maybe the rod tip was low or the line was short. I don't know, but it was definitely diving. Now, before we come to any conclusions, I hope it's clear to everyone that this is not a scientific test in any way. Also, it's very specific to my lure design. I'm sure that the whopper plopper lures that you can buy from the stores work perfectly fine with just one blade. I'm gonna upload all the STL files on printables, so if you have a 3D printer, you can download them and you can try the lure yourself. I will make sure to include all the links in the description. Now, if I were to fish this lure, I would either go with the 2 blades or the 3 blades, depending on what I need. If I want a super slow presentation or I want a lure that will splash lots of water, I would go with the 3-bladed version. Now, if I want to fish with a medium retrieve and I want the lure to have a slight swimming action, then I would go with the 2-bladed version. If you want to see me painting and fishing a 3D printed lure, make sure to check out this video right here. Thank you for watching and I hope that you enjoyed this video.